Most of those scenarios that you've talked about, Twiggy, you know, ones that involve teams taking sudden and dramatic drops down into that relegation zone, will involve teams getting swept out fairly badly over the course of the day, losing 2 matches in dramatic fashion, or potentially teams like Easy Dream winning 2 matches in dramatic fashion. A couple of weeks ago, maybe that would have seemed less likely, but the matches we have seen over the last few days have featured a lot of 4-0 sweeps, and if that is the form that these teams are in, if it is high highs and low lows, it could be a day where things go very right or very wrong for anyone.
It really could be. The thing is, right, we were thinking, like, a couple of weeks ago, right, Sprout pretty much... there's no chance anything is going to go wrong for them. They're not guaranteed, and in fact, they're playing against one of the teams that is, you know, scrambling to get out of the bottom 2 at the moment later on. If Easy Dream win this first series up against HOMYNOTSUN in a dramatic fashion, which, considering that HOMYNOTSUN, you know, in week 1 had a very difficult time against Ascent, who did not win a single game, it is possible. Then Easy Dream could beat Sprout to take their place up in the top 6, which would be an incredibly dramatic set of circumstances. But obviously, we got to get through this series right now to see if that's going to happen.
Yeah, and we're seeing a fairly traditional first 4 there, the usual suspects popping up in that regard, as we will head to Breaking Control, Off-Road, and Airwalk for sure on this map. And like you say, Easy Dream, they kind of do need to pick up the sweep here. Currently sitting on a -11 map differential. 1-4 is their overall match score as well. And they need 2 solid wins today to manage to overtake someone, and they need a couple of other results potentially to swing their way. Although if they do it against Sprout, that may just be the edge that they need. It's going to be fun. It's going to be a long day of exciting Trackmania, Twiggy. It all starts here, and it starts on Breaking.
Breaking is it's been such an interesting map over the course of this one. I don't think any team in the Challenger League has fully come to grips with it, like, completely. You know, they're like, everyone, I don't know, there hasn't been a team that has, like, won it so consistently after having picked it. I mean, HOMYNOTSUN are the team that have played it, not the team that have played it the most, the team that have won it the most, 100% win rate on 3 games, but you consider that, you know, Sprout have played it more than that and still won 3 times, so still with the same amount of wins on it, and it's not like HOMYNOTSUN have a massive kind of track score differential, or insane times. They currently do obviously hold the TMCL record, but it's not that far away from most other teams, so it's going to be interesting to see what Easy Dream can do here.
They'll try and fight back, try and start off on the front foot. It's going to be tough with mistakes from both Worker and Enner to kick things off, but Feed and Coco are at least showing us how Breaking is meant to be played at the moment. Both of them are close up at the front, yet to put a wheel wrong, yet to make the mistake that would really hand this round one way or another to one of the teams. This I section, often where things do go dramatically wrong, and Coco's very wide on the outside, will stay out of the barrier, but loses speed as Feed is just a little bit quicker, has that inside line.
Current best time for Easy Dream here is Worker with a 1:13.566. Quite a long way away from Enner's 2:31. About 3/10 away. But you know what? I think it is possible. I mean, Easy Dream, the thing is, right, last series, they were not, you know, a convincing team at all. I think this series they have made leaps and bounds in terms of their consistency, and it would be very sad to see them get into the bottom 2 once again. This time around, though, Feed starts things off with a 1:14 flat. Pretty decent time to get things started here on Breaking. A lot of the time, the average time we're seeing is around a 1:15, 1:16. So a 1:14 to start things off is pretty decent, honestly.
And Coco played that round very safe. All the way through most of the middle of the map, and then especially into the identity, really made no efforts to push too hard to try and catch back up to Feed in first place. Seemingly kind of happy to settle for the draw. Kind of the players spread out and both teams were like, okay, this seems to be how we're going to end this round. I'm worried a little bit for Easy Dream because this is going to be a hard map for them to pick up round wins against HOMYNOTSUN on. And trying to push for every opportunity to take points when you're kind of half a second behind and maybe risking a little bit is going to get you back in. I think starting it off with that aggressive mindset may have been a better option for them.
Yeah, this map mathematically is their worst map possible in this matchup, essentially. HOMYNOTSUN are the best team currently on this map. Easy Dream are currently the worst team on this map, as it stands on paper. Obviously, that's never how it works in the Challenger League, but we can generally make inferences based off of that kind of thing. So hopefully Easy Dream can get both synchronized, slamming into the wall there. That is really not a nice sight to see whatsoever. Enna and Fiedel soar into first and second place. We'll have to wait and see if they can get things done there. Was there a respawn from Coco as well? There was indeed, which just solidifies things. A 113.6 is a solid time. And will come through in second place. And yeah, I think that is going to be kind of the story of breaking. Easy Dream are going to have to pick it up in the back nine, as it were.
I mean, this round is kind of showing why maybe Easy Dream should have pressed a little bit harder in round one when there was the chance to sneak a couple of points out if an overtake had managed to come through on feed for first by being more aggressive, because unfortunately it seems a little more likely that the mistakes in general are going to come through from Easy Dream there, and we saw a multitude from both players in red on that last round. And there's one to start things off again. Worker is in the wall. Enna and Feed hold first and second. Coco is there and will need to start trying to haul some points back. We'll need to try and deny another round win for HOMYNOTSUN.
Problem with breaking is that it is such a, I don't know, a divisive map. I think there is so much technical ability that goes into this, whether it's through the ice slides, whether it's through the massive amount of, water sections, even the identity on this map. There's a lot that can really be optimized, and if you haven't trained it super hard, if it isn't your insta-pick, it's going to be not quite as well practiced. We're seeing massive gaps between the teams in terms of skill on this one. So generally, even if you just don't pay a massive amount of attention to it, you're going to be worse than the teams that are insta-picking it. And you can see that coming on through. Just tiny errors coming on from Easy Dream that lose them a matter of seconds, whereas HOMYNOTSUN just are not making those kinds of mistakes at the moment. And even if the times aren't spectacular, they're getting stuff done cleanly.
Yeah, we'll manage to just get this one wrapped up there, hand in hand, less than a tenth between them, and they are both on 113.5 pace. Even if Easy Dream had managed to step it up a little bit, even if they cut out the mistakes, it's hard to see them competing with this kind of pace from HOMYNOTSUN, who are looking absolutely fantastic to start the day off on breaking.
Yeah, they've really had a nice linear kind of progression throughout the series, haven't they? Oh, sorry, not through the series, the season, HOMYNOTSUN. They started off a little shaky, but over the course of the season, they have completely made leaps and bounds. They are looking like one of the best teams in the league at the moment. Obviously, just the first map of the series, but right now, no mistakes really creeping in, apart from the first round. Things have been clean from them since then. Really good times that they've been setting as well, up against the TMGL records by a few tenths. At most. And look, I mean, I think it really capitulates it when both players from HOMYNOTSUN last round just set better times than Easy Dream's best times.
Yeah, and that will continue to be the case. This may be our final round here. The start of the season, never mind, Enna will make the mistake. The start of the season was a little bit rough for HOMYNOTSUN at times, but they did start their season off with a win here on breaking, 12-3 against Descent. That was how it all started. It may be how it ends as they look to lock in their spot in playoffs and by extension secure everyone else's spot except for Easy Dream. This loss in this match would knock them out of playoffs contention completely and solidify our bottom two. And Enna and Feed, they are looking to do it here on our first map, although Feed will crash on out. We may get a draw. Coco's still very close. Worker crashed out. Feed is close to the outside wall. It'll move to a 9-2 scoreline. Yeah,
well, it's not the end of the world for Easy Dream, but they could have made that a little more easy on themselves there. That's a little unfortunate, but either way, it's fine. HOMYNOTSUN look like they're about to cross that line there either way, and Easy Dream need to get 3 aces in a row to be able to stop them from doing that. I don't know how likely that is, honestly, unless something horrible happens for HOMYNOTSUN. There we go, immediately. I mean, that first turn is a killer. Just a tiny error in the way you enter it, and you're going to touch that wall, and since it's engine off, you're not going anywhere after that.
I mean, let's not forget, as well as Coco makes another mistake, clipping an outside wall there, but the map score very much matters in this playoffs race as well, being the first tiebreaker that is going to be looked towards here. HOMYNOTSUN picking up even 2 maps easily puts them out of reach of Easy Dream for the rest of the day, will guarantee their spot, and I think, honestly, maybe enough to prevent Easy Dream from catching almost anyone as well.
Yeah, well, right now, NuaLaoch cruising their way through to, at the very least, 1 point. They only need 1 player in the top 2, and both of their players are currently in the top 2 at the moment by a matter of seconds away from Coco, several seconds away from Worker. Should be casual on the way through the identity. You can really safe this one, obviously. If you just break the whole way through, it's absolutely fine. But they both go for decent times either way. It won't be anything insane. A 1:13.6 is very good, though. Almost from both players, not quite. But yeah. I mean, exemplary from NuaLaoch to start things off. It's kind of what we were expecting. That's their 4th win out of 4 games on this map. They seem to be the monarchs of breaking, as it were, but it's now up to Easy Dream to turn the tides on their own map pick.
Definitely going to be interesting seeing this map in playoffs for HOMYNOTSUN as well, assuming they get there. And I think at this point, I'm starting to say I'm pretty sure that they're safe. Even if they lose this match, they're not the team that is going to suffer the consequences. Yeah. This is a map that you need to be aware of, potentially a ban against HOMYNOTSUN in the playoffs as well, because sure, we see a lot of teams go towards Frosty or take Sinuous off the table or ban Speed away because they don't want to play it, but breaking is definitely one that HOMYNOTSUN, it's almost feeling like it is a free win for them against a lot of teams.
Yeah, in that way. Well, in contrast though, Easy Dream may not have picked this map because they are insane at it. 50% win rate. They have some very good times, although a lot of players were looking like they were looking to break the record going on. Panda currently holding the world record with a 2:05. Best time here, Worker, for Easy Dream, Worker with a 5:12. Feed does have a better time than that, a 4:51. However, HOMYNOTSUN have never won this map. I think this is a complete pick against HOMYNOTSUN rather than a pick for Easy Dream.
And it does come at a great time. Easy Dreamers are heading into that must-win situation, not just on the match, but pretty much on every map from here on out. Feed will crash on out. Worker is going to hit a wall up the road as well. Enter is going to gain a little bit, but that downhill helps Worker get back up to speed in time for these turns. Through the S-bends we go. Worker still holding on to that lead, but you can see the speed advantage that Enter carried in the first place has eaten into that lead as we enter the identity.
Yeah, well, Coco and Feed are both down by a bit. Enna does not manage to get through the first jump of the identity. Can Feed get it done in his stead? Yes, the wheel touch is going to slow him down, but it's fine. Coco will overtake just a little bit. I think Worker has got his way through to the finish line already. Coco gets through unscathed. Feed is going to lose out on that battle, and that's a well-fought ace for Easy Dream off the back of a couple of mistakes from HOMYNOTSUN, and I think that's exactly what they were thinking was going to happen. I think it's a really smart pick from Easy Dream, honestly. It's not their best map, but it's one that they knew they could beat against HOMYNOTSUN.
It really is why in this format, even if you make a big mistake early on, you got to keep fighting up until the end because you don't know what is going to happen all the way down to the final few turns. If you're managing to stay ahead of an opponent who's also in a kind of similar area to you, if they've also crashed, they're 5 seconds down and you're only 4.5, staying in front of them could turn out to be very important, as it was in that final round. Easy Dream, they pick up an ace, they start things off well, and in this round with everyone even, we're looking at the bobsleigh to start to separate the teams out.
Already, Easy Dream are slightly ahead, only by a hair's breadth, though. However, Enna will take a really nice entry into the bobsleigh, a really nice exit as well, and managed to get a little more speed than Worker and Coco. However, Feed has not had the same luck, has dropped down by a couple of tenths here, but it's really tight going towards the identity, and you got to think the only players who were clean through that identity were the Easy Dream ones, and HOMYNOTSUN need to clean things up right now if they want to get on through. Enna gets the first one done. Nice low trajectory as well, puts him on level pegging with Worker now, but it's going to be all down to this final jump. Enna gets it done with a lot of speed, but will Worker land a little earlier and get in front? Yes, he will, almost with a speed advantage. Coco too. It's between a tenth for those top 3 players, but it is the victory for Easy Dream.
Absolutely wonderful round. 3 players within a tenth, and then at the back as well, only 3 more tenths down to 4th place. It was about 8 tenths away from the Challenger League record as well. Just all in all, fantastic driving from all 4 players in the lobby on that one. But it's Easy Dream who pull out the edge, and after they got dismantled on breaking, this is a strong start to the second map. This is showing that they're definitely still in this playoffs race. They have not kind of given up on the week and have, what's the word I'm looking for? consign themselves to
Sure, yeah, that works.
Consign themselves to relegation. They are looking still to make their way through. Feed does have the lead at the moment, though. Enner is once again very quick through the bobsleigh, and Coco and Worker, a little bit of work to be done.
Yeah, indeed. Feed off to a really, really good start. That is, I don't think just everybody else being slow. I think that is Feed off to a pretty much perfect start to the map. Obviously, once again, all of that time loss can come into play here. On the identity, Enner barely gets on through that first jump, but it's a really nice line as well. Worker will overtake with a little more exit speed. I think Feed is going to guarantee himself first position, although Coco and Worker push through with more speed. It's a really nice time from Feed, a 1:10.6, but the draw has been secured by Easy Dream, and that's all they need right now.
Coco and Worker pretty much exactly in the ballpark of where all 4 cars were in the last round. The difference really being the Feed steps up and goes 4/10 faster than that, managing to pull out a gap to the rest of the field. And we'll look to do it again on this next round. Easy Dream will be happy with the draw for the moment, though. They are 1 point away from moving to track point, and that's going to help them out a little bit as Feed drops a long way down. Enner needs to be a hero.
Yeah, well, it's a difficult time, considering that Easy Dream, you know, not having put together insane times, but they have been very consistent on this map, like really consistent so far. No real mistakes coming on through apart from the first round from Coco, and the first round was an ace anyway because HOMYNOTSUN made the same mistakes. And Coco, wow, that's really good control to manage to not hit the wall there, but the Enner will take first position now, and that's still just that awkward situation where, you know, HOMYNOTSUN have put together a better time so far, but Easy Dream are just playing it safe.
Yeah, HOMYNOTSUN are preventing the damage from getting any worse, and they make that back up as well here. Both players had to respawn there. Worker and Coco are now both going to be behind Enner and Feed, and that's the ace potentially back the other way for HOMYNOTSUN. That closes the gap immediately to a single point, and Easy Dream, right as you talk about how they're playing it safe, they're just getting the job done, workmanlike. They throw it all away in an instant, both players having to respawn on the first jump on control.
I'll leave my payment information at the end of the match. Either way, yeah, no, sorry about that one, Easy Dream. I really did think you were looking really consistent so far, but hey, look. Yeah, you sometimes just have off rounds. It is what it is. It's, you know, these are very difficult maps. Let's consider every time somebody has got this in matchmaking, they've probably got 0 points, being unable to get through the identity whatsoever. So come on, tiny errors. They're easy to make. Either way,
a little bit of projection there, Twiggy.
I have never had it in matchmaking. I don't really play rank that much. I'm gonna be honest.
Fair, yeah. Well, into the bobsleigh once again. Feed leads from Worker, leads from Enner. Enner is so quick through that bobsleigh, has been near every round so far. Worker taking a slightly wider line is going to allow him to regain speed on this, but carries too much. Went for such an aggressive line into those S-bends, and trying to turn in too sharply has cost the round. May cost the lead on the map entirely. It's on track for back-to-back aces for HOMYNOTSUN. All they need is one more clean jump from each player. Feed is through, Enner is through. They're going to regain the lead and move to track point while still, in 2 rounds in a row, denying it from Easy Dream.
Maybe Easy Dream got a little too comfortable there on that lead that they had, and suddenly things are not looking so great for them. They've really got to turn this one around now. I mean, the situation is that even if they're winning rounds here, it's still going to be tied up at 10 points apiece by the end of this one, so it's going to have to probably be an ace in their favor if they don't want to completely lose out.
We talk so much about that 5-1 lead, how hard it is to come back from, Twiggy. It's one of my favorite things to say, right? It's worth pointing out that this was a 6-2 lead for Easy Dream. You know, we need to highlight when a team does manage to fight back as well. And HOMYNOTSUN, those back-to-back aces and just turning up the consistency themselves a little bit, being able to take advantage of big mistakes from Easy Dream, has fully given them back control of this track and potentially control of the entire post-season as well, as Coco and Worker are in a position now to maybe get this one done. Enner is so quick through that bobsleigh. I know I say it every round, but it's been true every round. Yeah,
Enner has pulled out a 2/10 lead. Unfortunately, his teammate having not failed, but not quite smoothly got the speed check transition earlier on the map. We don't really see many players lose time out there. But oh my lord, Coco, what is that? That is an interesting lane. Enner has crashed. I don't know if Coco like kind of made it through, had to respawn, but he left it very late if he did. I think he did respawn. Worker stays in first position. He'll go, oh no, where's... Okay, sorry, I thought he didn't make it. His name tag was so low down there. It's fine. He got it done. Enner... Oh no, Enner with an awkward landing. Oh no. Well, okay, that's enough for Easy Dream. It's enough. It's not quite perfect, but it gets them to the scoreline that they might want. I don't know what happened there. That was I think that was all players just trying their best to get the game done with, and maybe panicking a little.
Yeah, absolutely. Just scrambling to get the car across the line in any way possible, and unfortunately, that's not always going to lead to the quickest way of getting the car across that line. Easy Dream only a point behind, and if they can win this round here, they tie things up. They bring us to an overtime, and Ace just wins it for them outright. All 4 players still available. All 4 players are still fighting on this round as Worker will hold on to a lead, but it is a tenuous one, especially as we head into the bobsleigh. Wenner has consistently made up 2 or 3 tenths. See if he can do it this time around. Landing a little bit higher is not going to be a little bit quicker as Worker is managing to fend off Enner for the moment.
Well, Feed has caught up to his teammate and Worker as well. Coco, not having made any massive mistakes, has just not had the ideal lines all the way through, has lost half a second to all of these players that are pushing so hard now. It really is neck and neck between Feed and Worker. Oh no, that looks like it may just be it for this map. It looks like as long as one of Feed or Enner get this one done, it's fine now, and both of them will get it done. It's an ace to finish things off for HOMYNOTSUN. That's heartbreaking for Easy Dream. They were right on the cusp of getting it done, and it just didn't work out. That's a really important map for them.
Yeah, Worker is just hitting this final identity jump over and over, not quite making it through, and it is a disappointing end to what was a very promising start here on Control. HOMYNOTSUN, having taken those 2 maps against Easy Dream, Twiggy, I've not done all the maps. There's too many permutations, but that might be it. That might already have locked Easy Dream out of the playoffs. They drop now to a minus 13-point differential. Even if they manage to win the next 4 maps in a row, they only go to a minus 9 map differential, and then they would need to 4-0 Sprout in order to make the playoffs.
It needs to be a 4. Wait, hold on. If I look at,
they can't afford to lose a single
4-1
map
would go
today,
to
no.
a 4-1 would go to rounds 1, which I haven't calculated that yet. So if Easy Dream win all 4 maps from here on out on this series,
then all 4 against
a
Sprout.
4-1 might be good enough against Sprout, but if not, a 4-0. But 4-0 is the only way they get it, outright. That would be by one map. So yeah, this really is do or die now for Easy Dream. Well, let's take a look at the stats. HOMYNOTSUN with a 50% win rate here. Easy Dream with a 25% win rate. They both played it 4 times. I'm sure you can do the maths on how we got to those percentages off the back of that. The times pretty even between both teams, both with kind of mid 59s as their best times. Although the average time better for Easy Dream by almost 2 tenths.
Oh, they'll have to show it off here. We haven't really seen anyone challenging Dexter's Challenger League record here. A good round winning time on this map does remain at about a kind of 59.7, 59.8 a lot of the time. But Worker is on pace to put in something very solid at the very least, managing to hold off Enner through the trees. It'll be a crash. Absolutely no chance that he crashes on the tree on the right, bounces off the left, still makes it across the line, but will give up first place to Enner. That is disastrous from Worker at the finish line.
Oh no. Oh, if that is not just
of their season.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, that is. Oof. That hurts. That physically hurts.
So rarely, Twiggy, see people hit the tree on the right there. The tree on the left, sure, people bounce off it all the time and lose like half a tenth, if that, and then still get across the line. It's a lot more costly to hit the tree on the right, bounce into the tree on the left, and then get across the line.
I don't think we've seen anybody hit a tree and it be like such a small hit, but it be that meaningful, right? Somebody's right behind you and they get the snipe because of it.
Yeah.
That's heartbreaking. Coco with lower speed into the ice. It's a little easier turn if you have a little lower speed. He gets that inside line, but he's not going to catch up to Enna and Worker. Enna on for a really good time right now. Worker right behind, trying to catch up, but only 3/10, only within 3/10 at the moment. Luckily for Easy Dream, Feed is down at the bottom at the moment. Enna is going to cross that line first. Worker right behind, 59.8. Pretty decent time getting on through as well. It's going to be another draw. I mean, as you can see, though, the thing is these two teams are relatively evenly matched here. So this is not, you know, even though it is HOMYNOTSUN's pick, you would assume they're a little more confident on it. Their stats are pretty much exactly the same.
Worker at the moment is pretty much driving 1 minute pace flat repeatedly until the crash at the very end of the first round. That is essentially the time that he was on anyway. And I'm just not sure that that's going to be good enough to pick up round wins consistently. We do need to see the pace upped a little bit here from Easy Dream, because we want to see those 59.8s, 59.7s, even down towards 59.6 would be very impressive in any of these rounds, and potentially necessary as Easy Dream fight for their lives in the Trackmania Challenger League.
Yeah, I'll bring out a little funny stat as we watch Enna slide out on the ice. This is an interesting one, complete pseudoscience, but either way. Easy Dream have never won this map when they have picked it, and they haven't picked it this time. HOMYNOTSUN have only won it once out of the 3 times they've picked it. So HOMYNOTSUN actually have a worse win percentage on this map whilst picking it than Easy Dream do when they haven't picked it.
Interesting. That's weird. That's for sure very weird. I don't know what to make of those stats, and I don't know what to make of the fact that we've just drawn our 3rd round in a row. It is the players from HOMYNOTSUN who are putting up very solid round-winning times, 59.7, but the other player just making too many errors, no matter who it is, dropping down into 4th place.
Yeah, well, I mean, at least it provides these players a bit of a warm-up into the map here, and everybody should have had a good amount of time. 3 rounds in, and we're barely into the map whatsoever. You know, 3-3 scoreline. That provides a lot of different permutations of what could happen over the rest of the map. Feed makes another early mistake. It looks like Easy Dream are the team that are slowly warming up just a little bit quicker than HOMYNOTSUN are. Both of those players slightly making little mistakes. Coco will absolutely... I mean, that's... somebody, I don't think you could take that to the shop and get it fixed. That's not buffing out. That is a full-on, let's just get a new car at this point. And in 1st position, Worker in 2nd, and Feed must be in 3rd by now, but the splits have not updated yet, so I don't know where they are. No, Coco's still ahead.
Yeah, Feed made a 2nd mistake. Pretty punishing. Worker is not going to make this. Is going to get real wicked with it. Is going for the full Immelman turn on that one. Coco will finish in 2nd. Feed does manage to take 3rd, and it is going to be a round win for HOMYNOTSUN. This, I think, was the issue for Easy Dream. They were having opponents make large mistakes. They didn't capitalize. They didn't pull ahead, and it has left the door open for HOMYNOTSUN to pick up a lead here on map 3 and potentially shut down Easy Dream for good.
It seems like Workers, I don't know, his kryptonite is right side trees. Yeah. You ever remember that thing about Joe Hart not being able to dive to his bottom left? It's like that, but for Worker. he can't avoid trees on his right. That's how it is.
It's a bold assumption to assume I know anything about football, Twiggy. So.
Honestly, yeah, okay. I guess to be fair, if you weren't an England fan, then you wouldn't have kept up with the whole Joe Hart saga back in, what was it, 2016?
Most definitely was not an England fan in 2016.
Yeah, well, obviously, who would have guessed? Either way, yeah, I just kind of I was like, surely everybody knows about this, the England
this is
goalkeeper.
A universal reference that everyone will
understand it. Either way, no, Feed in 1st position, Enna in 2nd position. It looks like this is going to be the time where HOMYNOTSUN get themselves fully back into this game. Get on it. 59.66, a very good time as well. I don't think either Easy Dream player were going to be catching up with that no matter what. So an ace for them puts them on 8-4.
Easy Dream, they did maybe start the map off a little bit harder, but it's hard to tell, because HOMYNOTSUN, even when they were playing cold hands and looking a little bit shaky, were managing to still draw every round. And then over the last 2 rounds, the mistakes have been cut out. The pace has been upped to 59.6s over and over. And Easy Dream, they just can't keep up. It's the unfortunate truth of the matter. They have not shown the pace to match those times just yet. And with consistency faltering as well, as HOMYNOTSUN step it up themselves, although there is a mistake there from Feed, I am willing to admit. HOMYNOTSUN are looking in great shape to close out this map either way.
Does look that way, but Easy Dream were looking in great shape to close out control, and that did not happen whatsoever. So let's see how this one progresses. Anything can happen in the Trackmania Challenger League, I think is the one lesson we've learned over the past year now. Enna in first position. Once again, very consistent on this map so far. I really hope that doesn't come to bite me as I say that, but Coco and Worker are trailing by quite a long way at the moment. It's looking like it's on track to be another 0.6 or so from Enna. Worker has a little more speed, but it's not going to be enough with the reactor boosters, evening things out. Worker has to respawn. He misses the checkpoint. That's going to give away another round win to HOMYNOTSUN, and it's going to give away the map to HOMYNOTSUN.
Yeah, they will get it done. I thought we might see another round. We might at least get another chance for Easy Dream to fight back into it. But no, HOMYNOTSUN will pick up the round win. They'll move to 10-5. And as we said, Twiggy, I think that's it. I don't think Easy Dream have any way of regaining the point differential, the map differential that they would need at this point. Even if they pull off the insane reverse sweep, even if they then go on to sweep Sprout, I don't think it's enough.
Yeah. Oh, wait, actually, after map difference, it's head-to-head.
It is head-to-head after map difference.
If they 4-0 Sprout, they win.
They are currently sitting.
They need to reverse sweep and then 4-0 Sprout.
So they would need to reverse sweep. That would get them up to a -10. Sprout are on -2. So you're right.
And then with a 4-0, it would be
sweep,
even map difference.
And then it goes to head-to-head. You're absolutely right.
Yep.
They are still in it.
Okay,
There is a
Easy Dream are still in it.
Into this tournament.
They have to win every map that they play in the Trackmania Challenger League from here on out, and they will. They will push Sprout into the relegation zone instead. It's possible. I mean, looking at Sprout yesterday, it is possible. That's all I'm saying right now. Easy Dream though have to. No, I think the problem here is that Easy Dream now have to win 4 maps in a row against HOMYNOTSUN.
Yep. HOMYNOTSUN, you have to imagine, are not going to make that easy. HOMYNOTSUN are now completely safe, 100% into the postseason. The only team at any risk of dropping below.
Yeah, we've got every team that we every team now apart from Sprout is safe.
Yeah, Sprout are the only team who have any chance of dropping out of the playoffs. There is still plenty to play for, of course. There's a top 2 spot still up for grabs. Worker is sent to Africa on that one. Will fly into the distance. Enner will be somewhere. He's at the respawn fully. Sure. It'll be a draw. It'll be a draw.
Yeah, that's what I thought was going to happen when I saw the lineup of the players going in towards the identity. Whee! Okay,
spiral.
Mod check Enna. Hold on. Let's check some stats on this map.
Let's check some stats, and
I got distracted by theory crafting.
There is still top 2 spots available for pretty much most of the teams still here in stage 2. Yeah. I think Exalti currently front runners in that race, although HOMYNOTSUN with a 4-0 here definitely reinsert themselves into that conversation today. And they will play Exalti in the next match as well. Look, Twiggy, it's big crashes. It's very confusing. And so I'm choosing to talk about the overall standings because
that's very understandable.
The numbers don't lie. The numbers are just, they make sense.
Don't lie. Speaking of the numbers, on this map, 75% win rate for Easy Dream, 0% win rate for HOMYNOTSUN. They've only played it once before now.
Surprising.
They did not win it. It was a 6-10 loss against, I don't know who. I didn't check that deep into the stats. Either way, their best time is actually a 109.058. That is the second worst time. So second worst best time. Although I don't know if they beat it last round. I wasn't checking. I didn't know their time was a 109 on this one. But either way, Feed now trailing behind Coco, moving in towards the identity. Coco has a better line, I think. Gets over the line. No, he does not. 1,000th between the players, and Feed is the one who crosses the line first. You really want to go as far left as possible moving into that identity. It doesn't matter how far you are ahead. If you're that far to the right, I don't know if you're crossing that line in good time.
Coco just needed to turn his steering wheel to the left there to get the wheel lined up so it would cross the line a thousandth of a second earlier.
Yeah, exactly.
Just needed that wheel to be a slightly further extended from the car.
If only NuaLaoch was your coach and you would have known that and you wouldn't have done it. That's all I'm saying.
If only it had been me.
I had somebody ask me.
If only I was the left wheel, Twiggy.
I was talking to some of my friends who play other games, right? And someone was asking me, why do Trackmania players have coaches? Why is that a thing? Like, Why?
That's a very funny question. That reminds me of a friend I had. Ooh, worker's going to fully crash out. A friend I had who was once like, okay, but why aren't golfers perfect? It's just hitting a ball with a stick.
Yeah, exactly.
How can you not do that perfectly every time?
Why can't you just drive within the boundaries
why do you
every
just not
time?
drive
Why does
the
Worker
perfect
have
line
to
every
drive over
time?
the edge there? Why does he have to do that? Yeah.
why would you need a coach to help you
sandbagging
break
for
down your
entertainment.
approach?
That's what's going on. They should be good enough. Like most of these guys have been playing this game for 15 years. How do you not get perfect? Yeah, I mean, well, it's going to be an ace. That's what it's going to be, but it's going to be very close between the two players. There you go. Hey, well, that's their best time on this map so far. HOMYNOTSUN, congratulations, new PB there. But either way, I mean, yeah, it's looking a bit tough now for...
Yeah,
you get a wicked
is that
point
a wicked
well
point?
done,
yeah. Managing to bounce off the edge,
fine.
finish backwards, very impressive.
Yeah, very nice.
6-2, HOMYNOTSUN will probably at this point maybe finish things out in a 4-0. Worker having to respawn off the start line is not going to help matters out for Easy Dream. And again, this is HOMYNOTSUN stating their intentions to make a bid for a top 2 finish in the regular season of Stage 2, lock in a playoff spot up against alternate attacks in the upper bracket, and make their postseason that little bit easier to get a high finish in as well. They move on to face Exalti directly after that, and with HOMYNOTSUN picking up a 4-0 here, that might just be the match that decides the top 2 full stop.
Yeah, indeed, that might actually be the way things work out, but right now, I'm sure Sprout are going to be feeling quite happy that HOMYNOTSUN are winning this map out, because that is the big change that is going to come out of just this series alone, is the fight between Easy Dream and Sprout for the relegation position will be solidified if HOMYNOTSUN win this map, so obviously not something that Easy Dream want. They're going to fight tooth and nail, I'm sure, to get this one done right here, right now. But the curtains are already almost closed, and Worker is nowhere near the identity. Oh, okay. Feed is not on the identity anymore. Coco will come home in first place. Enner in second. Has Feed respawned in time? It should be absolutely fine. Worker was a long way down, yeah. All good. Whoa! What was going on there? I thought he was going to commit that. That would have been beautiful. By the way,
fully helicoptering out of control.
Fair enough, to be honest. Fair enough.
Just having a good time, seeing how many undiscovered corners of the map you can visit. In what is possibly Easy Dream's last visit to this map. I guess we'll see whether or not they end up playing it against Sprout, but it is going to be HOMYNOTSUN's first win on this map as well. A little bit surprising that this is only the second time that they visited, given that Airwalk's had a fairly high presence in this stage 2 so far. It's one of only 4 maps that has never been banned as well. And HOMYNOTSUN, they are proving that they can at least get it done here. To be fair, against an Easy Dream who are looking a little bit rattled. Enner will pull a Dexter. Coco will clip a checkpoint as well. And Worker will just be the player trying to hold on for Easy Dream.
I like the terminology pull a Dexter, like I like to think that's like a gacha game,
depending on which. Oh, it's gacha game. Yeah, no, that,
I like to feel like, you know, Dexter's like a 5-star in a gacha game, you know, like we need a Trackmania World Tour gacha series, or like trading cards or something like that. I think that would be hilarious. Either way,
management sim, that'd be pretty sick.
Oh my god, that would be so good. Yeah, exactly. Get on that, somebody. Either way, Feed in first position, Worker no longer in second position. These bumpers have been wild today. I don't know what somebody put some extra juice in them or something like that. But either way, that's that. That is the match. That is now the bottom 2 decided. Easy Dream end up in 7th position in the league. That is the end of their season once again in that relegation zone.
That was absolutely the most unruly that we have seen that identity look all season long. Cars in every which direction, flying everywhere. But it's HOMYNOTSUN who managed to guide them that little bit more often towards the finish line. They pick up an ace to finish things off, and they do absolutely launch their bid on the final day of the regular season to secure a top 2 spot, moving up to a +4 game differential now, moving ahead or tied with Exalti on that. They're ahead in series score as well. And if they beat Exalti here, if they do it convincingly, that could well be all they need. BS Plus Competition are currently the de facto players in that second place, having finished out their season sitting on the 4-3 scoreline on a +6 as well. If nothing else changes over the course of the day, they will lock in that second spot, but there is plenty, Twiggy, plenty left